Hey Taurus, welcome. I'm Lucy Ravenstone. I'm going to do a reading for you for May. So happy birthday to all those May Tauruses out there like myself. You're possibly watching this on my birthday. My birthday is the 3rd of May. And as we all know, that May is just the best birthday. Sorry for you guys who are April Tauruses, but it's just the way it is. I don't make up the rules. Okay guys, so I'm going to do a reading for us for May. Let's see what's in store. I am using my Moon Goddess cards, I think those ones are, and also the Energy Oracle, which I kind of feel like these give me a kind of tarot vibe, these cards. I have changed my setup of my room a little bit, as you can probably tell around me. So it's set up a little bit different. I'm using my desk, which is kind of tiny. It was made not for this specific reason, and I need to change all that stuff around. That one. But yeah, we're working with it, trying it this way, see how it works. So my desk is really high up. Interesting. Okay guys, so I haven't got a lot of space on my desk. Like I said, it's kind of tiny, so bear with me a little bit as I read them. So our first card, we have self-reflection. Very interesting. I do feel like when it comes down to May, I don't know if it's because it's my birthday month, but like I'm kind of like a, well, I mean, I feel like this is a Taurus trait anyway, but I kind of feel like, woohoo, it's my birthday month. So at the beginning of the month, you know, it's all about me. My birthday typically lands on a public holiday weekend, so you know, that's my birthday weekend. And so when it comes to nearer my birthday, I start really self-reflecting. Where do I want to be? Where am I now? All that kind of thing. So this kind of really goes with me with that vibe. I am kind of getting this sense of a coming together of people. But I do want to sort of say that this is a time really to kind of view yourself, kind of not, let me see how to word this. Kind of like don't see your reflection in others. It's now time for you to see the reflection of yourself. And I say this because I'm sort of visualizing like relationship wise, and I know this is literally a trait of mine, which I am trying to grow in, and that's getting getting independence, being able to look in the mirror and see myself rather than see the person that for other people. So instead of seeing a girlfriend, a wife, a mother, a sister, a daughter, it's like seeing the you as a human. And I really feel like this card is a vibe right now of kind of, I want us to get into this place where we can look in the mirror and see us for who we are, and kind of get that kind of self-reflection that we kind of want to embody. I don't know why I'm kind of getting this kind of looking in the mirror and seeing yourself for your own beauty, but also like being self-made. So I'm quite interested to see what this first column comes up with, that because I'm really getting this kind of find yourself within your world, and be just self-made is coming through. Okay, the first card we have is strategy, which is kind of like get a plan of action. This strategy card kind of comes when it is a time for kind of full movement. It's getting a plan. Things may get rolling right now. Signing documents and contracts come under this strategy time, and it means it's a good time for that. I will show you the card. I've got gel in my side because I'm growing out my shaved part, so you may actually see I've got my camera over here, my video thingy, but yeah, I have fluffy bits. I just caught my glance. Anyway, strategy. So to me, this quill, it signifies kind of like a signing of a contract. So this is a great time to be making moves, putting things into action, taking that next step. And I do feel like with this self-reflection, it is getting things moving with what we want. And again, self-made is coming through. It's like make it happen is that vibe. And that strategy is really kind of saying this is the beginning of the journey. Take that leap, move on to the next step. Now the next we have Goddess of the Moon, and it is reversed. I am kind of getting of this. I feel like we've been a bit out of sync this beginning of the year. I know myself I have, so this is kind of vibing. It's kind of like this is, I feel like it's actually turning that around. It's kind of try and sync yourself up with the moon. For myself, I am a very cyclic being, so I do follow the moon. So the full moons, the new moons, you know, it's all about letting go and then new beginnings and kind of going with that cycle. So whatever comes up during the moon, that kind of signifies what you need to work on. So with this, I feel like this is now a time, you know, you have strategy and then this goddess of the moon, and I feel like it's time for you to start using it to your benefit. Start using the moon cycles to do your energy work, to get out there. And I realize sitting under the moon, I actually do get this feeling. I will show you the imagery. I'm going to show you as it is upside down reversed, so you're just seeing the card as it is. I don't know if that's going to focus. I'm hiding my face. I don't know if it is focused enough. It doesn't look it in the imagery. She's looking up at the moon. I am seeing this could be very healing, and I just feel like we need to get within the cycle of the moon, those moon cycles, get it moving. I feel like a lot of emotions can be tied around this, and I really just feel like it's beneficial for us to kind of release something. And I do get this in this second column, which I will go further into, but just in here, it just feels like movement, this first column. And it just feels like now is the time for you to start getting your actions rolling, and start really healing within. I do feel like it's a time to not stress. So even though I do get this sense of kind of getting the ball rolling and get things moving, taking next steps, you know, literally moving as well for some of us, or getting that first kind of, if you've been toying with this idea, it's getting it rolling. This goddess of the moon is getting something rolling, and it feels like an emotional balance. It feels like this could be, so it could be really emotional for you. We have Mercury Retrograde in May as well, which is going to bring up a lot of turmoil, which I do feel in this center column is where we're going to be seeing how it might affect as Taurus. But I just feel like there's going to be emotions that are going to be kind of beneficial. And when I say beneficial, it means that they will drive us in the way that we need to go. We have financial constraints. I feel like financially the restraints that we've been feeling are lifting. I've had some good news today, and so that totally tracks that it's going to be a bit easier for myself just from the news I've had today. And that's what this is giving me. It's kind of saying anything that's been holding you back, it's kind of like release the worries with that. And this whole column just feels like this, like get moving, restraints are being lifted, and I'm feeling like it's opening up doors. Now this does very much feel like stepping into it. It feels like a healing time, but not in the tower way. Even though I'm kind of feeling that in the second column, it feels like this is actually the uplifting, positive beginning of our journey. So that stepping into May is going to be amazing. Again, realize that, you know, get that self-made energy, get rolling. You can do this. You are the goddess of the moon. You are going to cycle along with the energies that are in this month. And Taurus moon, like we're in the Taurus full moon now, as we're coming into May. Actually, yes. So this is our energy. This is like, I mean, obviously it depends on your charts and where it is and how it will affect you. However, like, I just feel like when we come into our own moon as a Taurus, because Taurus energy is just comforts. It's kind of this kind of push that gets things done in a really gentle way for us, rather than it being the kind of pushy of some other signs. It's all about rolling into things naturally and really grounded, moving forward steadily and feeling that security that comes along with being a Taurus. We are very grounded, and I'm definitely feeling this energy here is really good for us. Okay, so the next column I have for us is focus. So I'm definitely getting this sense of this is our time for us to be getting things done. I feel like you do need to stop procrastinating. I am telling myself this because I am massive on procrastination. Again, another Taurus trait we are coming through in this reading today. I am loving it. I do love a little birthday month. But yeah, new beginnings I'm getting, and fresh starts. And I feel like fresh ideas is coming with this. I feel like the focus aspects of this is like, get it done. Don't allow your emotions to drown you, but allow them to push you forward, allow them to be your focus, but allow new ideas to come into light. And I'm definitely feeling like this could be something really inspiring for us right now. The energy in the air is inspirational, and I think with that emotional aspect, we have emotions here. We have water in both the self-reflection and the focus. These are representing emotions for sure for me, and I feel like it's because, again, if you're like me, Mercury Retrograde really does bring up the communication aspect, because I am kind of a person who, I love communication, and I am a communicator unless it means in regards to my own feelings, and then I kind of shut down and I can't share them with the people who need to hear it the most. So it can be a shutdown, and it's more with negative emotions. Like, I'm good with all the good happy emotions like love and all that kind of thing. I'm like, yeah, I'm all in, let me share all these energies. But when it comes to something serious where we're feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and taking on responsibilities, for myself, I know I can kind of just allow myself to drown in that energy rather than dare to share it with anybody else. And this is kind of the vibe I'm getting, is to not allow it to do that. I feel like this is the whole purpose with this coming through for us, is to overcome that and not allow it to drown, and actually hold hands is in the kind of self-reflection. And I feel like that is pulling me back towards that with this focus energy as well. Saying that share the emotions, if they do feel heavy, communicate. Weirdly, we have a waning gibbous and a waxing gibbous. So our self-reflection is coming in. So that will be, I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head, the moon cycles as we're coming in. So we'll be coming in to a waxing moon, I believe, in the beginning of May. And that's our self-reflection. So coming out, so after the full moon, this could very much be for a lot of us, which is a time of letting go and releasing. And actually, I am loving that for this column, and when I go into it, you'll understand. Okay, so we have the self-reflection here, which is waning gibbous. So that is and if I'm remembering correctly, so I think as we're coming into May, we have the new moon just happened, which is, I feel like this is where this energy is coming in. So we're bringing this energy in through the full moon, new moon, sorry, so we're in this self-reflecting energy. Now the focus card is waxing gibbous, so we're kind of in it as, this is where we're kind of moving from this self-reflection to the focus, and I really am feeling the intertwinedness. So with the waxing gibbous, this is how we kind of start realizing what we need to let go of, and that really makes sense with this column of walking away, because the full moon is all about letting go. It brings up all the emotions to the surface. It kind of shines light on it. Kind of think of it as the full moon is the brightest phase that there is, obviously. And that's when we sleep less. Naturally, when we didn't have curtains and blackout blinds and things like that, when it is the new moon, we'd get kind of lighter sleep because it's brighter. A lot of animals sleep a lot less during a full moon because, it is lighter during the night. Obviously nocturnal, totally different story. But so that's how we are as humans, is during this time it's about reflecting, and that's why I'm kind of getting this self-reflection coming in as well, and I keep being drawn back to that, like these are connected. But yeah, so this, as I'm going on to this is why I feel like this column is very much related, and definitely get on this. So mid-May, when the full moon comes in, walking away is our first one. We're letting go. There's something we need to let go of, and we need to walk away. I do feel like this has been building up, and I feel like a lot of us will know what this could be in regard to. It doesn't feel like fully closing a door on. You're literally kind of directing and realizing it's time to move away from that energy, and it just feels like it's becoming more into that. And this comes to broken heart in reversed. So if it was upright, I'd think that, you're going to go for a breakup or something like that. This to me it's actually a positive. You're walking away and moving away from that heartbreak energy. So this could very much be like the path to take. So if you have gone through a breakup, as separation or divorce, I feel like this moving away and letting go, allowing this time to let go of that, will be very healing for you. And I feel like that's what it's saying. It's like now is time to let go of that energy and focus. We have to focus in this column, and it does feel like a very much focusing on where we're going now and not where we've been, and realizing it's time to let go of the toxic energy we might have been holding on to because of fears and things like that. The next card is Envy reverse. So Envy is a card it comes up when there's a toxic energy around us. In reverse, I feel again that we're letting go. This whole column feels like this is what we need to let go of. Now, during Mercury Retrograde, I don't know the exact dates. I am very terrible at that at the moment. That's where the goddess of the moon cycle comes in for me. I really need to get back in sync with my astrology and the moon cycles and things like that, but it's a work in progress. So this to me is like it's saying, this whole column is like we need to focus on working our energy and letting go in order to move forward. It does feel very healing. May feels like it's a very healing month for us, but it is not healing that we've been having so far. We've been going through transformational times. This feels like we're on the better side of the healing journey, of the transformation, and it's now kind of being in that, again, self-reflections coming at me, being in that self-made space of going where we're going, and I am loving this for us, Taurus. So yes, walk away, let go, just leave the heartbreak behind you, let go of the grief, and I feel like you are, but we're still again holding on, so let go of that, and yes, and if you are like, well, what am I letting go of? There's several things going on because that's the theme of this year. Definitely think toxic energy, something that's been toxic to you, something that has been causing you heartbreak and grief, something that you know damn well that you do need to walk away, but you've been either holding on or umming and ahhing. That is the vibe of this, is to focus on that and allow new things to come in. And on the focus card, I'm going to show you, I keep coming back to these cards because it really is showing me so much. So she is this butterfly. This to me is new beginnings. It's on her brain, new ideas. This light is really, it's kind of like shining light on new ideas. That's what I'm getting. Again, the water to me is representing your emotions, rising above. It's kind of like you staying above that, keeping focus on the new beginnings, ideas, and rising above these hard emotional times. So just be wary that you could be at risk of being, overwhelmed. So allow your focus to be up here and not down here. And again, you really could take this card as focus on influence, positive influence, something that's going to get you in this self-reflecting phase. You may know exactly where your focus needs to be. I feel like, again, these just feel so connected to me, and that's the imagery I was seeing with that one. So I think I touched on, if I didn't, because I know there's a part I need to edit, with these holding hands. I feel like there's somebody here as well, but you need to be your independent self, but there's someone who is there to support you. But it's about not allowing yourself to be reflected as the person you're with. It's about you, seeing you in your reflection, and figuring out who that independent is. So you allow that to be part of your focus and drive here. But yes, positives, move away from the toxic. Let's get rid of that energy. Okay, the next card is Wisdom. So this is waning gibbous as well. So I kind of like that we have two waning gibbuses in the center of our waxing gibbous. So I definitely feel like the way that this is columned is beginning of May, middle May, end of May. That's literally what this is giving me, and I'm loving that. I do my readings all intuitively, so even how I lay the deck out, I have no idea before I start. I just wing it. That is my kind of term that I use a lot, wing it. Because I kind of like to flow with life and just see where it takes me. We don't need to have any kind of rules and strict guidelines, just have your little moral lines. Anyway, this wisdom's giving me, like, I feel like you're going to learn so much this month, and it does feel like self-growth, and I do get this sense of growing, standing taller. I definitely get this syncing with the moon. I definitely feel like go out in the night, ponder at the moon, self-reflect at night times, using this time to educate. So if you are like me, I'm kind of like a night owl, but I like to have my nights to myself. So if my kids don't go to sleep, so I have a 2-year-old, if he does not go to sleep, then I get so angry because I'm like, this is my time now, get sleep. So day naps are like really annoying. And I like to use that time for myself to do my spiritual stuff, to learn something new, or just, self-care. That is my time that I get to do that because I don't need to be mum because I know they're safe in bed. I'm feeling this vibe for us, Taurus. I feel like using your nights productively to do things that are going to help you to grow. So that's kind of interesting. I'm loving that. I will show you the imagery so you can see what I'm seeing. But I definitely feel that we are learning so much, like that wisdom is ours for this month. Next we have the garden and the gate. This is reversed. I'm kind of getting that there is so much kind of greatness. Like I feel like our garden is fertilized, it's growing, it's strong. But there is an aspect that's missing maybe. It's throwing me something missing. Let me take a deeper look in this. Okay, so I feel like there needs to be a focus on the present and not so much at the future is what I want to say. I feel like sometimes our heads can be in the future, and this is where I'm kind of getting this. So this is with us with coming in and out of Mercury Retrograde. I think it's the end of May. Again, I'm terrible with dates, so I'm sorry if I get this wrong. And to me, I feel like we will be shown kind of where our attention is needed, but I feel like we need to stay focused in the present and stop looking ahead at anything, because I feel like where our abundance is right now. It's not ahead as such. It's not that you won't have abundance ahead, but I feel like by looking ahead, you are kind of missing what's right in front of you. That's what I'm getting from that. I don't know if that's how that card's read, but that's literally what it's giving me. Next, Angel of Love. So there's definitely lots of loving energy. And again, I get this sense of stay in the present here. Again, May, Taurus, we kind of are like, we look ahead and for good things. I feel like that's a Taurus trait as well. It's a me trait. It's kind of like, you like to see where you're going a little bit. I mean, it kind of helps, like, obviously when you have abilities or you do tarot, and you have this ability to kind of see ahead, to be able to shape your future, you allow your imagination to kind of carve your way. And I feel like here it's like if you stay in the present, you're gonna see all of this love and this flourish. I definitely get the sense that some kind of love is flourishing here, nurturing, growing. Again, we have this with the wisdom, and I do feel like there's learning here, that we are growing in this loving energy. If you are starting off a relationship, this is a very good vibe. Stay in the present for this. Don't look too far ahead. Don't worry about the future, because I feel like what is right now is what needs to be attended to. Interestingly, so we have patience as the last card, and it's kind of, instead of giving me be patient, it's kind of like jump right in is the vibe here, which is very interesting because, I mean, that's my kind of energy. I have Aries moon, so I can have my reckless side to me, which I know typically as Taurus, a lot of you probably are more very safe, because that's who I was growing up. I didn't allow my reckless energy in, and I kind of, when I made the choice to come to Australia, I kind of activated my reckless energy and impulsiveness, and I definitely embody that much more now. And this is sort of giving me this vibe in regards to love and nurturing. It's kind of saying, like, no need to be patient. And I'm getting this sense, okay, let me look at this clock on its. There may be an Aries for you guys, which is interesting. Especially because I mentioned today, I'm getting fire sign. And the Angel of Love gives me fire sign as well. So if you are in a relationship or there's love around a fire sign, specifically in Aries, it's a very good time. Definitely stay in the present here. but this definitely feels like a really positive thing around love, fire. Again, this can mean passion. So if you are in an existing relationship, this can be a really good influence for that, to stay in the presence, but to not be patient. I feel like now is the time for taking action with that, and to have that love. Again, this is towards the end of May, so if you do feel that, you know, you are trying to be patient or something, maybe you are holding yourself back. And I definitely get this sense with this patience in reverse. It's kind of like, don't hold back anymore. You've been patient long enough. It's now time to kind of make that move, take that step, nurture something. I am just looking back at the Angel of Love, and I keep being drawn. I'm going to show you the imagery because it really is beautiful. I really am drawn to the heart that she's holding. It just definitely feel like nurture, love. But it's giving me something. Like, this is light around the heart. Let me take a further look at that, see if I can get much more. This could be long term. This could be that there is chance of a child with this person, or if you are looking to get pregnant or something like that, that is a good time for this. And that could be where it's like, now is the time. If you wish to have a baby with somebody, start a family, that is sort of saying, you know, now is the time. Take that leap. So Taurus, if that is you, take that into consideration, and go for it. Definitely feels like, you know, with that, the garden and the gate, if we're looking at it from a fertility point of view, it's kind of like, allow that focus to be in the now and not look ahead. And I actually take it as a positive. If I was to look at this card as it is, if you're like, you know, I want to try for a baby, I would get, there's a little house down here, and that would kind of indicate, you know, family for me, and growth of flowers. She's looking up at the flowers, and like I said, I feel like this sense of kind of staying in the now, and I definitely feel like this is saying, do it now, don't do it in the future. Stop looking over the fence and freaking just focus on this. And this could be what it means, is as in, allow your focus, because we have focus, we have self-reflection, and it's kind of like, make that move, get going, be strategic, start making plans. Don't worry about your finances, let go of this past toxic energy and live in the moment. And if you have been trying for a child for a while, this is a very good reading for that. It's like, you know, make a move, realize that you have everything you need in the now. You don't need to start looking ahead. Focus on the now, focus on your goals. There may be a new way of doing it. It involves letting go of past things. So if you've been doing things a certain way or trying to wait for things to line up, it's sort of saying stop doing that, and make the move. So this is really cool, Taurus. I hope you like this. I'm not going to do part 2 this month. I'm going to do a little bit different. I think that I may do another reading, which is a 3-card reading. I haven't decided yet. So keep an eye out for another video for you, Taurus, for the month of May. Happy birthday again to those of you like myself who have birthdays in May. And I'll see you next month. Bye.